Few days ago, I was browsing this website called Offspace and came across this really cool cursor effect. I'm calling this as Blackfire, which would follow the cursor wherever it went. I took this as a challenge and wanted to figure out how it works. Let's start by adding a couple of divs with class name circle. We'll give the class name some height, width, and the border radius of 24 pixels. Setting the background color as black. Let's try positioning all the circle absolutely by setting left and right to 0 and position as absolute. The event that we are interested in is mouse move. Since this event exists on both window and document objects, you can use either. Properties that we want to watch on are client X and client Y, storing them in codes object to keep track of the mouse events. We're logging in just to make sure that everything works perfectly. Let's loop through all the circles in the view by setting position X and Y to 0. Now let's loop through the circles again within the mouse move event handler by setting the position of each circle's left and top. The circle is following the cursor, but we need to offset this by -12 pixel to make sure that it's centered. To make it more readable and understandable, let's refactor this into a separate method called animate circles. We are now going to offset each circle from the previous one by 10 pixel, a random value that creates a diagonal which follows the cursor. Don't worry if this doesn't look like a trail, we're gonna fix that. Let's use cache value of X and Y from line number 19 and 20, and now we'll pick up our next circle by incrementing the index, and if the circle does not exist at that index, we'll fall back to circle 0. To make the circle follow, we have to subtract next circle's X from the cache circle's X position. We'll multiply with random value of 0.5 and looks like this is working. If you move it too fast, it creates a gap. Let's dial down the value to 0.3 and voila, it seems like it's working perfectly. So the next part is we need to scale each circle down by a certain factor so that it looks like a fire trail. We are setting the scale property to 1. Currently it does not make any difference, but we are going to play with this property later on. So instead of using 1 as scale, we are going to use the index as scale. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's gone too big. If we shake it too fast, we can see some really small circles, but the other ones are too big. So in second attempt, we are trying to scale down each circle by a factor of 10 and see what happens again. Looks like we made it work, but the trail seems to be in the opposite direction. Let's try and fix it. So instead of dividing the index by 10, what we are going to do is subtract the index from 10 and then divide it by 10 so it appears correctly. That's how we reverse the logic. Cool, it works. Now let's make a minor improvement. Instead of using 10 as a random number, what we're going to do is use the circle's length as the base value. Everything seems to be working fine, but if we try escaping the view, we'll see that the circles are not being merged together. So these circles should merge, and let's try once more, and these one as well. We'll move the animate circles from mouse move event and call it recursively using request animation frame. This method tells the browser that we wish to perform an animation and requests that browser calls a specified function to update an animation before the next repaint. Looks like we've successfully created the black fire trail effect. But I went ahead and created this bonus video where we can create an actual colored fire effect. I'm gonna head over to Learn UI Design, and they have this amazing gradient generator where you can hit up the precision and generate some really vivid colors. Let's copy these colors. Let's add more circles to make the trail appear a bit longer. Let's add index. Before we add that, let's paste the colors that we copied from the gradient generator. You can see all the colors are set. The next thing that you see is we are setting the background color and picking up from the list of colors that we just imported, using modulus so that we don't hit index out of bounds error. We've successfully created the fire trail animation. If you want more videos like these, let me know in the comments section, and I'll see you in the next one.